Senator John Kennedy is not having any of this. Let's tread carefully in Ukraine so that we avoid sparking World War III. No, he believes not only should we get involved militarily, not only should we be involved in a war with Russia, we're already there, as he'll make clear.
This is a war. And in a war, when you have your enemy down, you have to choke him to death. I'm sorry, but that's what wars are about. We need to win this war. We need to win it militarily. We need to win it economically. I don't think we have to do something foolish to achieve either of those ends. But we need to do what's best for the world, the American people, and for the people of Ukraine. And allowing Putin to just continue to get away with doing whatever he wants to do without calling his hand is not going to help us win the war on either front. I'm going to say it again. I know this stuff makes the president nervous, but he just needs to stop thinking about his wishbone and grow a backbone.
Senator.
Man, that guy has never thought of a bad line that he wasn't enthusiastic about spreading on cable news. Well, don't worry. If it seems like he's pushing for us to fight with Russia, he is, but he doesn't think we have to do anything foolish. Just go to war with Russia. And for those of you who might be worried about that, he says, I get that it makes Biden a little bit nervous. No, it makes billions of people nervous, the prospect of two countries with thousands of nukes going to war. It should make you a little bit more nervous. Now, that said, he has some specifics he'd like to see done, particularly in regard to transferring aircraft. Take a look at this.
Can have the Ukrainian pilots go directly to Poland and pick up the planes and fly them back. Poland can truck the planes to the Ukrainian-Polish border and have the Ukrainians drag them across. There are a number of ways we can do it. But it just seems to me that President Biden is saying, I don't want President Zelenskyy to have the air cover that he needs. And I think that is a grave mistake.
Yeah, they offered the weapons. He's not saying he doesn't want him to have the air cover. He says it has to be managed in a particular way to avoid drawing us into the war. Kennedy, I normally say I'm sure he understands that. With Senator John Kennedy, I'm not actually sure that he understands that or understands that Poland wasn't comfortable with what he's proposing right there. It's not fundamentally about Biden. Poland is worried about being attacked by Russia as well. And I get that it's difficult, because President Zelenskyy desperately wants those planes and more help besides. That said, it does have to be managed in the right way. And Rashad, this GOP senator just doesn't seem to be at all worried about the consequences of any of what he's advocating for.
When you get his age, obviously you look at death completely differently. Here's what's happening. While he talks about Biden taking a shot, a political shot at Biden, what he's really doing is being insensitive to the reality of the majority of Americans who say no to full war. He's being insensitive to the lives that will actually have to be lost in order to fight that war, those who will be injured for life because of that potential war, those who will never walk again because of a potential war, the conflict that remains after the decision. And I'm getting so sick and damn tired of individuals who simply push pins, talking about killing people and blowing things up as the first remedy when there's an international conflict. They lack the humanity necessary to lead. I'm actually glad we're being thoughtful about the engagement and the protocol that has been implemented so far. I would have done everything on day one. If I was Biden, I would have done it all on day one. I would not have graduated the level of sanctions. I would have done it all. It would have been like a cold damn shower in ice, okay? And I get why they're doing it the other way, John, because they want to be able to come to the table, negotiate some variables, and say, well, if you don't do this, we're going to do that. I just would have done it all at one time.
Exactly. Yeah, and it might be stronger if it hits all at once. Don't give them time to sort of acclimate to it, move money around and things like that. Lock down as much as you can.
Correct.
In one blow, and all of that seems very reasonable. But John Kennedy is not in the reasonable game. That's not his business. No. He's there to say crazy things that will have effects on people, but notably, he will not be one of those people. And that is a constant across so much of what we hear out of the mouths of our politicians. They're saying stuff, but they're inoculated. They're behind massive walls. This stuff won't affect him. He has as much chance of being killed in this war as Vladimir Putin. But for him, it's something to score points on Fox News. Look, if you're sick of what you saw there, if you're sick of politicians like this, if you want to get a little bit less of that in our government, did you know that you can vote for Gary Chambers soon? Gary Chambers is running against John Kennedy, and he may not throw out lines like the wishbone rather than the backbone, but I am pretty sure he will work overtime to keep us from being nuked. And so that's something in his favor. Good guy's been on our show a number of times. I'm sure he could use your support if you want to go take a look at what he has to say at his website and all that. Maybe an alternative to people like John Kennedy.
Yeah, I love Gary, man. Gary was in Atlanta for a fundraiser a few weekends ago, and I could not make the fundraiser. I was in law school at that time, but I sent my check directly to that fundraiser. I hope he does great. I hope he makes a great impact, and I hope he defeats the Republican challenger.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.